all of us today and for the future of our great country. And so it gives me great pleasure, and I hope you will join me in welcoming the Vice President of the United States, Mr. Joe Biden.
Since I've been here a number of times over the last 20 years, I knew it was going to be. Do you mind if I take my coat off?
Take it off! Take it off!
Caron.
Thank you very much. When I got here, and I got introduced to Jamie, I thought that Jamie was my sister-in-law. She looks like my sister-in-law Kelly, more than you can imagine. So, Jamie, maybe we're related somehow. But thank you for that introduction, and thank you for all the hard work that you have underway, and all of you here for being here on a Saturday morning. Folks, look, I want to get right to it. The fact of the matter is, you know as well as I do, this country is facing the starkest choice for president that we faced, at least in my memory. And now that Governor Romney has made it official, and he's picked Paul Ryan. I might add, and I mean this sincerely, they're both decent men. They're both good family men, and they both are good. No.
That's all right.
I don't need your booze. We need your help. I think it's important. Look, I want to be straight with you. Reputation to get straight. Tell you what I think, and sometimes all that I think. But look, folks, all kidding aside, in picking Paul Ryan, what Governor Romney did in picking Paul Ryan is he has given clear definition to all those vague assertions he was making during his primary campaign. He talked a lot about a lot of the things that Paul Ryan is talking about, but never in any detail. But by picking Paul Ryan and laying out why he was picking Paul Ryan, he picked Paul Ryan because Paul Ryan does represent the ideological, how can I say, the center of the Republican Party in the House of Representatives. He said basically that's why I'm picking Paul Ryan. So now we don't have to guess about what Governor Romney means when he talks about Medicare, vaguely, and Social Security, and education, and all these things, because it's almost like two incumbents running, because Paul Ryan, I mean sincerely, I want you to focus on this, if you would please. Paul Ryan introduced a budget, a Republican budget, in the House of Representatives, controlled by the Republicans, that in fact passed. It lays out in stark detail what they would do on everything, from Medicare to Medicaid to Social Security to education to the debt, I mean, across the board. So we don't have to wonder anymore. We don't have to wonder anymore exactly what does Governor Romney mean when he says A, B, C, or D. But what they're doing these days, if you notice, is they're not talking anymore about what Paul Ryan and Governor Romney are really for. They're spending an awful lot of time telling you what Barack Obama and Joe Biden are against, or what we've done. They just attack everything. Folks, the truth of the matter is that nowhere is it more clear what they would do than in Medicare. We're going to start off and talk about, I'm just going to give you a few specific examples to make a larger point out. Number one, they have laid out clearly, they say that what Barack Obama and Joe Biden did is they've endangered Medicare. They've stole money from Medicare, and they've done it to get Obamacare and all this. And you see in the ads, and you hear it, and everything they say. Nothing could be further from the truth. Every one of you in this room who's on Medicare, or knows someone, a mom or dad who's on Medicare, knows that since President Obama acted, your parents have, and those of you on Medicare, have more benefits than before.
Yeah.
Hit that donut hole that where you have to pay all of your prescription drug costs, you're saving $800 a year more than you would have had Barack not acted. Number two, if you go in you can now go in for a wellness visit, that unscheduled visit, the visit you think you need. You don't have to pay any copay. You don't have to pay a copay for regularly scheduled things like colonoscopies. Misrepresentation. I don't know how they can say that with so many Medicare recipients knowing that they're better off. Secondly, the thing that most people don't know is that the action the president took has actually strengthened the Medicare Trust Fund and exceeded its life up to 2024.
Woo!
I say to those who may have seen this on television or read it in the newspaper, ask yourself, if what the Republicans and what Romney and Ryan are saying about Obama and Biden is true on Medicare, why would the American Medical Association endorse our position? Why would the American Hospital Association? And most importantly, why would AARP? Tell you is equally as important as what they tell you. They don't tell you what they would do about Medicare. The first thing they would do, if they took the action they're proposing to take, were they to win in January of next year, you'd eliminate the new benefits. $800 more for prescription drugs, wellness visits, co-pays, etc. It would also move Medicare Trust Fund to insolvency in 2016. That's 3 years from now. And the third thing, what they really don't want to talk about anymore, they don't want to tell you they're not for Medicare. They're for a thing I call voucher care. Any one of you, these are the facts. These are the facts. Any one of you, they say, oh, it won't affect anybody on Medicare now. It won't kick in for 10 years. But if you're 55 years old, it's going to kick in. And here's what they did. First, a couple of years ago, the intellectual grabberman of the right came up and laid down a proposal. Ryan introduced a proposal in the House of Representatives saying that we're going to give mom and dad a voucher, and that voucher is essentially a chip worth X amount of dollars. And they're going to be able to go out there and they're going to be able to buy private insurance or buy back into Medicare if they want. The problem they don't tell you about is there's not enough money to get the same coverage. So what happened? This outfit called the Congressional Budget Office, so-called CBO, apologize for wonky talk here, but everybody acknowledges they are an honest broker. They came along and said it's going to cost seniors who are 55 years old now, when they get to Medicare, it's going to cost them an additional $6,500 a year to get the same benefits they get now. Well, wait a minute now. After they were told that, this goes to credibility, after they were told that, what they do? They still introduced it in the House, and every Republican but a few voted for it, but for the Democratic Senate it would have passed, and Mitt Romney said at the time, were he president and this passed, he would sign it into law. Sign into law the requirement you all come up with $6,400 a year more for the same benefits. And now they say to us, oh, no. Joe, we don't have that plan anymore. Guess what? They got a message to the American people. They say we got a new plan. New plan. That's going to work better and save Medicare. That plan, though, a Harvard study comes out and says that new plan, still a voucher,